Hello, YouTube. This is Matador Blitz coming at you with a Invincible versus review. So you might be asking yourself, who is Matador Blitz? I have I began playing fighting games at a very young age during the SNES era. Street Fighter 2 is what really got me started on it, and from there it just kind of carried on. Went through that and then played PS2, PS1 with Tekken, the Mortal Kombat games, and PS2 Tekken 4 was really my big game, and the Street Fighter EX series. But I have been around the block a few times. I didn't really start getting into the fighting game scene until I was a bit older, when I started actually to develop the love for the community and the sense that it really brought to me. Watching other creators talk about their experiences and what they love about the games, and how at one point in time it was kind of a dying industry, but luckily we are seeing a rise up again. So today I'm here to talk about my experience with Invincible versus from the other tag fighters. So we have been touch base with Invincible as what I thought about it and what makes this game different from all the other tag fighters that have come into our realm of the FGC. So first things off the bat, I want to talk about Invincible as its impact into the mainstream audience has been pretty big, especially with season 3 ending off with another Viltrumite being captured. Spoiler warning. If you guys have not seen the show, with another Viltrumite being captured in, and Cecil, of course, holding him in, leaving us on a crazy cliffhanger. So, with that being said, the game coming out makes a lot of sense, and I style that the show itself has. So, it looks very very similar to the show, I would say. And that is one thing that I really did appreciate. And as far as the core mechanics of the game go, it is a four button system. So you have light, medium, heavy, and special button. And then you have your assist one, assist two. You have a dash button, which is unique to this game. I'm not sure if any other tag fighters have it, but it is my first experience in having this button option, this mechanic option. So, with that being said, you have your four button options, your light, medium, heavy, and as well as auto combos that will lead into supers. With supers being a, with another thing being, with a big thing that I realized later on in playing into the game was being able to do core fundamental game things like active tag and assist breaker. So this game kind of blends in my opinion. It feels more like a mix of Power Rangers Battle for the Grid and Killer Instinct, just for the fact of the tag fighting aspect, and then you have the tag assist breaker. With the assist breaker, the thing that is great about that is that it can be used at any time. It does cost meter, assist meter, and it will be depleted, but it can whiff. So it can be pushed through if they do use a super. So it is not always the best option, and there are ways that you could feint an assist breaker or delay the time for it. So these things have been added with adding a fresh take on tag fighting as a whole in general. So, and the other thing that I wanted to talk about was the active tag state. So, you could go ahead and start off with one character, let's say Cecil, or as Cecil, you start doing in some combos and you have a combo meter. You go ahead you start off doing a combo, your basic strings, light, medium, heavy, special, and your combo meter fills up, and that goes into I believe it's called overdrive, and it will hit you out of the combo basically. It'll push you away, and the combo will end. But if you use an active assist, you could bring in your other character, and it will deplete that meter, that gauge, just a little bit, and that way you could continue your strings. So what I did notice about that is that they kind of force you into a situation where you really have to play your other characters and use other characters to do maximum damage. As far as defensive options go, what I did see was, I didn't see too many. You have your dash. Your dash is a button, and then you have push block, which echoes from all the Marvel vs. Capcom series, advancing guard. Uh, so you have your push block, and I'm sure there's a heroic. I'm not remembering exactly what it's called. Someone in the comments probably fill me in on that. But I know it costs some health and meter to use a heroic, let's say, reversal for this point being. But what makes this game different from all this, I want to say, is just the way it feels. It I had a great time on the beta, on the alpha. I had an absolutely fantastic time. Matchmaking was smooth with some lags here and there, but nothing to really gripe about that really caught me off guard. And as far as the training mode goes, it did give you a good explanation, gave you a tutorial on how to use the core mechanics of the game, and you were able to go through that as many times as you want. You didn't get local verses, which is fine. Understandably, they just wanted to kind of want everyone to go online, test the game, test the netcode, and I understand where they are coming from at that standpoint. Um, I also did get an invitation into the Discord after receiving the code, and it was really nice to be able to talk to other members who got the code and were able to play online, and we just kind of shared knowledge and our initial thoughts on the game and everything like that. So far, I do feel that this game is very community driven, and it is. It feels like the devs are really listening to the community and what everyone has to say, and are really going to nail that into the head of the game and try to give everyone the best experience. So from what I see, it is a at a surface level, it's a very easy game to play, just like Dragon Ball Fighters. Fun, stylish, off the bat. Do your auto combos and stuff like that. But once you get deeper into the higher level play, it gets into a more mechanically rich fighting game. Tag fighter with resource management. That is what I am looking forward to. I got about 6 hours into the game, into the alpha. I want to say, uh, just had a few things. Holidays right around the corner, so I didn't get that much time to play, but I did really enjoy the time that I did play with it, and got got about 6 hours with it, and I had a lot of fun. And I think what really does make it different is those little those different options that you have as far as, so the active tag, that's nothing new. We have seen that before, but the fact that that contributes to the combo meter and reducing it to keep your strings going. I think that is a cool addition in order for you to be able to continue your strings, and it really makes you think outside the box. There are some bread and butter and basic routes that I saw a lot of people like using, that for example like light, medium, special, uh super, active tag, comeback, light, medium, super, then active tag, vice versa, so on and so forth. And that's fine. But I think this is still in the pre-alpha state. So there's going to be some time for this to get nutty. There's going to be we're just seeing the surface level of what they're wanting to do with this. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in the future with this, and I'm very excited to see uh, them fine tune all these mechanics and all all these mechanics, additional characters, different type of characters. And when you go into this character select screen, it immediately tells you right off the bat what character archetype you're getting. So you'll see a character that's like Battle Beast, for example. It says he's like a pressure type character. Mark is a balance character, and Rushdown. You know, so it gives you the archetype, which I've seen a lot of games have been including that in all their characters nowadays, which I think is very nice. So it could just more easily give you a chance to pick the type of archetype that you are used to and want to play or want to experiment with without having to guess, like, oh, is this character a rushdown character? Is this a zoner? Is this a mix up character? Is this a grappler? So on and so forth. But very excited. The unique mechanics, the assist breakers, the combo gauge, the Mortal Kombat overkill aspect. If you finish someone off at the end with a super, it is overall just a very fun game. I had a lot of fun with it. I had a great time, and I'm very excited for the release. I'm very excited to see if they add or refine any of the mechanics, and I'm excited to see what all the nutty things people can do with the characters upon release. I have a feeling it's going to be a very good time once that game releases. But that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.